Today, I'm going to share 3 tips with you, 3 tools that are going to help you handle, crush fear of rejection. Let's go. So, one of the most devastating fears for an entrepreneur, for a business owner, is the fear of rejection. So many times people who are amazing salespeople, who are amazing marketers, feel so great, they have such a high confidence that when they're going to start their very first business, they're going to be a huge success. And actually they deserve it. They're actually amazing at sales, they're amazing at marketing, and maybe they're amazing at delivering their products. But something that happens more often than not is that when they're starting their own business, suddenly something blocks them. Something psychological stops them from doing all the sales calls, from doing the techniques they actually know and used while marketing and while selling that they used to do in their previous jobs. So what's going on? What's happening? It's a question that we have to ask ourselves. And what's truly happening is it's fear of rejection. Fear of rejection is something that when it's our business, when we are feeling like we're marketing, like we're selling ourselves, like we are ourselves on the line, is something that kicks in a much stronger way. And even if you've never sold anything else in your life or marketed anything else in your life, fear of rejection is something almost everybody experiences, whether it's in dating or when you're in a job interview or whatever. And as a business owner, you'll have to face it over and over and over again in your life. And one extra thing that is extremely dangerous, specifically in fear of rejection, because all types of fear will kill you, will kill your business, will make you go slower and make you not achieve your full potential. But specifically, fear of rejection is extremely dangerous, because when people are afraid of rejection, they tend to try to please other people. They tend to try to create an image of themselves that is not actually true. And when you're trying, in order to please someone, in order to not be rejected, try to project something that is not authentic, what's going to happen is it's actually destructive to your self-confidence. So getting over this fear is incredibly, incredibly important. So today, I'm going to give you 3 tools that if you're going to use them, 3 of them are more thought or mindsets, and one of them is an actual very practical tool. If you use those 3 things, you can actually crush fear of rejection and go ahead so much farther and so much faster in your life and in your business. So let's start with the first one. The first one is understanding, is realizing actually that you can never be personally rejected. Rejection is never personal against you. When you're selling a product, when you're selling a service, when you're marketing a service, when you're delivering an offer, when you're negotiating or whatever, if someone rejects it, he actually rejects the offer, he rejects the product, he rejects the service, he rejects your negotiation technique, he rejects something very specific that you're offering. If you'll come tomorrow, if you'll come a year from now, if you'll come from a different product or with a different service, maybe they'll say yes. So rejection, specifically in business, but actually it's also true in any other area of your life, is never personal. Even in dating, when you're dating someone and they reject you, they don't actually reject you. It's not like they know you A to Z, every single part of you, your personality and your body and everything. That's not that they know everything about you and then they reject who you truly are. They're actually only rejecting the image you managed to create with them. If they known you for like 15 minutes, 5 minutes, an hour, 7 hours, few days, few weeks, they only rejected the image you projected. And if you learn to better project a better image, maybe they won't necessarily reject you. And it's also true in business. If someone says to you, like the most personal, the hardest rejection there ever was, like, I am not willing to do business with you ever, then it's not like they truly rejected you personally. They only rejected, remember it, the image you actually projected to them, the way they perceived you. They actually rejected their perception, and not everything you truly are. So that's tool number 1. If you remember it, rejection will be so much easier for you to handle. And tool number 2 is actually very, very practical. If you make so many more offers, if you sell to so many more people, if you market to so many more people, if you try to do more and more networking, more and more negotiations, if you try to hire more and more people, if you do more and more actions, what's going to happen is that on 2 different layers, you're going to learn how to handle fear of rejection better. First of all, you're going to get rejected. You're going to get so many no's that your body is actually going to get used to it. Your mind is going to get used to it. I just recently started rock climbing, and when you're climbing up the rock, you're afraid you're going to fall, and I was afraid I'm going to fall, and I'm still afraid I'm going to fall because I'm just started. But still, after I fell like 1, twice, 3 times, 5 times, 20 times, it's still scary to fall, but it's not nearly as scary as it was when I just started out. So when you're like making the first conversation, the first call, or like the first 100 calls, it's going to be scary a little bit. But when you're making 200, 300, 400 calls, it's going to be so much easier. So that's the first layer. The second layer is that you're actually going to get yeses as well. People are going to want to work with you. People are going to buy your service. People are going to want to do some cooperations with you and do stuff with you. So it's actually going to boost your self-confidence. So this is also something that's very, very important. So tool number 1 was remembering it's never personal. Tool number 2 is actually making more and more action in order to get rejected, to get used to rejection, so it doesn't scare you nearly as much. Tool number 3 is also very, very easy, and that's realizing that there is no other way. There is no other way. If you, as a business owner, are going to be afraid of rejection, you can leave the keys and close your business today. Business owners who let fear of rejection take over them will definitely 100% of the time, or nearly 100% of the time, fail. Handling this fear, overcoming this fear is something you can definitely do. You are amazing, you are powerful, you have managed to gather the internal resources to open this business, to go ahead, to start, to do so many wonderful things. I'm sure you can also do whatever it takes to go through and to go over this fear. If you're afraid that someone is going to reject you, be more afraid that you're going to lose your business and lose your dream. This is way more scary. Hey, it's Tzhayek. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please press the thumbs up button, and you can also subscribe to the channel. Make sure you get notified each and every time a new video is uploaded. I'd like to hear your questions or your reviews in the comment section below, and I'll see you in one of those new videos.